and gals, Never here for Drakewing Gaming, and something new me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Remember the Flowers. So before we jump into it, just want to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. We're here. I look up at the shop Aaron stops us in front of. It says quality trick above the door. Weird name. A little, but I think they'll do the job. Aaron leads me inside. He has to crouch to fit through the door frame. Sometimes I forget how big he really is. Hello? Anyone home? Oh, yes, hello. A little hand waves from behind the counter. One moment, please. Just gotta... A scraping sound comes from the other side. Get this stool over here. Screech. Look over at Aaron with skepticism. He looks sheepish. Trust me, it'll be worth it. There. Phew, that was a workout. Hate having to move the thing, although, all over the store. Aww. A familiar sheep climbs up the stool and greets us. Her name tag says Mirantha. I know I've met her before, but where? Welcome to Quality Trick. If you need anything, please let me know so I can assist you. Absolutely. We'll be browsing, but we'll holler if we need something. Ready, Cyrus? Yeah, I think so. Is something wrong, sir? I put my left fist in my palm of my right hand in a ha-ha moment. Oh, you worked at Tensia, right? Huh? Oh, now I recognize you. You really changed in the span of a few short months, don't you? Tell me about it. I hope you've been well. You looked a little worse for wear the last time I saw you. And about Tensia, they sort of fired me soon after we met, actually. They said I slept on the job too much. Can you believe that? Yes, actually, but they were making you work weird hours anyway. That's a rich city for you. They think just because they can afford to hire people for graveyard shifts so we don't have lives of our own. Tell me about it. Well, I hope this new job has been treating you better. Oh, it has. I'm a bit too short for this store, but that's actually how it goes for me. If we need some help, we'll come over here instead of you moving all around. Aw, aren't you just the sweetest thing? I'm glad that part of you hasn't changed since we last met. And look at that hair, so stylish. Huh, thanks. I did have some help with it. It was a disaster for a while. It certainly came out looking good. All right, I'll stop wasting your time. Go get some shopping done. Yes, ma'am, we'll be back. I smile at her before turning to Aaron. Know each other? Yeah, I met her when I was in Tensia. I actually got my first outfit after escaping there. I think it was pretty expensive. I'm not surprised. That place is mainly for rich people. Weird place to wake up to, that's for sure. Sorry about that again. Don't worry about it. Come on, let's do what she asked us to in shop. You got it. We start to browse through the many racks of clothes in the store. Now that I think about it, this is the first time in a long time that I've been able to shop for myself. Remember the days where I'd save what little extra funds I had to spend on designer clothing. Looking back, it was a little pretentious, but considering how our family was in the beginning, it was nice to buy luxury items like that when I could. Second, water time. Tensia had a lot of gaudy-looking clothing when I was there. I guess I need to educate myself on what's considered fashionable nowadays. Aaron looks like he's shopping for himself as well. From time to time, he finds a jacket and then stretches it over his chest to see if it fit. Being nearly 7 feet tall, he doesn't have the best of luck. Shopping for myself hasn't been easy either. My proportions are still kind of awkward. I've built up a little muscle, but being 6 foot tall means clothes are either too tight or too big. After a little digging, I head to the front desk to ask where the changing rooms are. Mirantha jokes that they're not nearly as fancy as the ones in Tensia, but I don't mind. I don't need an AI to help me with the lights. It's just weird. To my relief, the changing room is pretty standard. And they're very reminiscent of the ones local department stores had in my time. The only difference is the choice in decor. It looks a little tacky to me. But I'll manage. I brought in 3 pairs of pants, 4 shirts, and 3 jackets I thought might look good. After stripping down to my underwear and folding my clothes up, I look at myself in the mirror. Man, times have changed. I start with the pants, which are somewhat slim-fitted. I tried getting a size bigger than I normally would, just in case it would grow into them. It reminded me the most of jeans out of everything. I tried moving around in each pair, even throwing in some basic kicks for good measure. Thankfully, 2 of them fit just right. The third is just a tad too big. I decided to buy all 3 of them anyway. The shirts aren't as big of a deal for me. They can be a little baggy and still be functional. Two are long sleeve, one is short sleeve, and the last one has no sleeves. None of them have collars. I figured they'd make for good undershirts with jackets that way. Two of the jackets are long sleeve, the last one being short. I figured variety would be important while out and about. One of the long sleeve jackets is too big, while the other two fit pretty well. I look myself over in the mirror for each of them. None of the clothing particularly stands out. The jeans are dark blue or black, while the jackets are black with dark accent colors. I figured darker colors would match my hair better. I kind of like the aesthetic. Back in my time, I always dressed preppy. Now I feel kind of punk. Feels good being able to accessorize again. After folding up the clothes I'm not wearing, my eyes meet my jacket. Well, Lance's jacket. Running my hand over it again, I can feel just how worn it is compared to the new clothes. It's softer. For just a moment, I wonder how he's doing. Such a dumb dog. Put my old clothes in my axiom before heading out of the dressing room to meet Aaron. Like now. Water time. Aaron's already at the front desk talking to Mirantha. I see her bowing her head a lot while Aaron rubs the back of his. Hey guys, what's up? Oh, hey Cyrus, I'm sorry we don't carry sizes any bigger than that. I'll talk with corporate right away. It's not your fault. I'm used to that when I go clothes shopping. Unacceptable! Unacceptable! She chastises out loud, which I'm hoping is meant for the store owners. Seriously, it's okay, ma'am. I can try somewhere else. Well, you really shouldn't have to. Aaron tries to calm her down without much success. I don't normally shop here anyway. I came to bring my friend who needed new clothes. He gestures towards me, the friend. That makes me happy. Did you find anything, Cyrus? It looks like he's pleading with me to save him from the situation he accidentally created. Well, yes, I did, thank you. I present my haul to the two of them. Though I do admit, it would be nice if you found something too, Axel. I typically get custom clothing nowadays, he says with a sigh. Mirantha is still fuming behind the counter. Well, I'm glad someone found something today, honestly. I promise you, it's quite all right, ma'am. Seeing a small sheep make Aaron concerned makes me chuckle. Adorable. I hand over the clothes to purchase. When Mirantha rings them up, I freeze. Fuck, why am I so stupid? I don't have a lot of money. Aaron doesn't even hesitate to pay for them. It's my treat, Cyrus. Sorry, Axel. I got carried away while shopping. Don't think anything of it. It was my idea to go shopping, after all. Still, at least let me buy lunch to make up for it. I think that's a fair trade. Aw, you boys are so sweet. Y'all must be pretty close. Well, I can't deny that. Neither can I. Once we're done paying for everything, we head back outside. It's still a bit early for us, so we decide to keep shopping before we break for lunch. Shifting around time zones makes it a little hard to keep track of mealtime, though. One minute we were in Alaska, now we're in North Dakota. Wish I had this kind of technology back home. So what now? Weapons? Supplies? I was thinking of weapon shopping for you, though I just remembered a speed bump. Oh, what's that? The place I usually shop at is a bit inaccessible, at least by teleporting. The closest port is the next town over, and I'd hate for you to have to walk all that way. Oh, that's not that bad. It's about a 10-mile trek. It's annoying, but honestly a good place to get weapons. It's sort of a black market, so they actually prefer not to have ports close by. That's annoying, but it makes sense. So because of that, hang on, I'm gonna call in some backup. Oh? You'll see. Let's head over to the nearest town. He smiles as he leads me back to the ports. It all leaves me curious. It wasn't long until I understood what backup meant. Aaron ported us over to the closest town to wait, specifically by the big gates for vehicles. After about 10 minutes, both Silver and Karen speed through on motorbikes to pick us up. Aaron feels proud of his little surprise. Heard you boys need a ride. Like now. Water time. Sure do. Thanks again for coming out. A little short notice, but I have free time today. I chuckle nervously. Honestly, I had no idea he called you both, but I guess it was this or a walk for hours. Seriously, thanks a bunch. Don't worry about it, Cyrus. Aaron hops onto Karen's bike, and I do the same with Silver's. Once we're situated, we take off. We'll be there soon. Start thinking of the things you'd want. Get a big gun, like a really big gun. He needs to get something he can actually use. Why can't he use a big gun? Because right now he can barely use a small gun. Ah, don't worry, Si, you'll get used to it. Right. I can hear Aaron chuckling. Jokes aside, ideally you want something that can be easily stored. We'll look for some pistols and extra knives. We'll look for some pistols and extra knives. Maybe some smoke bombs and grenades. Big gun, big gun, big gun! Maybe next time, Rose. Aww. How about a sniper rifle? That big enough for you? Oh, hell yeah! You want to learn to snipe? I thought about it. It'd keep me out of danger for the most part, right? That's a good point. It'd be perfect for you, now that I think about it. Think you can actually pull the trigger? Probably not right away, but I can learn. That's a tough thing to learn, Cyrus. Cyrus is pretty tough, but it's not so sure on the, killing part. I've been thinking about what you said, Cyrus, about how ironic it would be for you to kill someone when you were training to be a doctor. I know in the spur of the moment you said you were ready for this, but are you really prepared to take someone's life? Guess it depends on the situation. I don't know. I'd like to think I could if I need to. You will, especially if you stick with us. Not to be a party pooper, Cyrus, but pretty words will only get you so far in this industry. I appreciate it, Talon. Believe me, I know. I've thought about what it means to take a life a couple of times. It's easy to sugarcoat it with things like they deserved it or I had no choice or some other bullshit. Just as of right now, I'm not sure if I can. I guess that's something I'll figure out when the time comes. Hey guys, no need to get so serious. We're on our way to buy him weapons to defend himself, Axel. This is serious. Aaron quiets. I know you can pull a trigger at the firing range, but shooting someone for real is a hell of a lot different. Come to think of it, has Cyrus ever been in a real fight before? Not really, no. Maybe it's time to up your training then. You have plenty of sparring partners, you know. So you know. Water time. Just don't go easy on him. He needs to know what it's like out in the wild. Don't have to tell me twice. Oi. Huh. The rest of the trip was quiet, kind of awkward. I feel bad that Silver snapped at Aaron, but I can't deny he made some good points. What is it like to have killing intent? Would I be able to go through with it? Questions like this pile up in my head. It reminds me of the anxiety I had after submitting my thesis. I know I studied a lot, but does that translate into a practical setting? I look at Silver as he's driving. Maybe the next time we're alone, I'll ask him for advice on what to do. But I probably already know the answer. I can't think about trying to kill someone. I just have to do it, should the need arise. But when do I use lethal force? Will I know? I'm getting confused just by thinking about it. I hope it's not something I have to do anytime soon. I guess that's also not up to me either. We're almost there. I look forward, and sure enough, I see a town over the horizon. It's been a hot minute since we've been to Golden Requiem. I wonder if they have any new shit I'd want. The town is called Golden Requiem? Yeah, why? It's a bit of an odd name. Does it mean anything? Kinda. Requiem was a song meant for the dead, something to remember them by. Sounds like the perfect name for a place absolutely littered with guns and weapons. Morbid as usual. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subscribing to our ultimate tier. And anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits and get access to our not safe for work content, it's as little as $5. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!